Okay, I'm going to show you guys a faster way to divide with double-digit divisors. So for your work this week, I want you to look at number 4 on the independent practice page. So it's page number 2 of your work this week. And we have 210 divided by 15. So we could look at this and say, well, we know that 15 would probably fit into 21 about one time, which works for this problem, but when you get into larger double-digit divisors, that gets a little bit tricky. So we're going to look at this and we're going to break apart the 15 and ask ourselves, what times what equals 15? And we know that 3 times 5 equals 15. Okay, so we're going to take each of these numbers and divide them separately. So instead of using 15 as our divisor, we're going to have 3 as our divisor and 5 as our divisor. So let's start with, it doesn't matter which one you start with. I'm going to start with the 5, and I'm going to say 5 divided by, 210. Okay, so 5 goes into 21 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. 21 minus 20 is 1. Bring down our 0. 5 goes into 10 2 times. 2 times 5 is 10. We're left with no remainder. Okay, so our quotient from this problem is going to become our dividend for our next problem. And the number, we've already used our 5, so the number we have left is 3. So we're going to do 42 divided by 3. So 3 goes into 4 one time. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. Bring down our 2. The new number we've made is 12. 3 goes into 12 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12. We have no remainder. So our answer to 210 divided by 15 is going to be 14. Okay, because now we've used both of those numbers. So I'm going to do one more for you like that. Erase all of this. So let's look at number 3. Number 3 has a larger divisor. So we have 925 divided by 42. Okay, that 42 might be a little bit trickier. What times what equals 42? You're allowed to use a multiplication chart, remember, if it helps you with division. Okay, so 6 times 7 equals 42. Okay. So let's see here. It doesn't really matter which one we pick, but we need to divide by both 6 and 7. So I'll just start with the 6. 925 divided by 6. 6 goes into 9 how many times? It does fit, and it's going to fit one time. 1 times 6 is 6. Okay. 9 minus 6 is 3. And bring down our 2. Okay, we've made a new number, so what do we ask ourselves? How many times will 6 fit into 32? Okay, we know that 6 times 5 is 30. So 6 will fit into 32 5 times without going over. 5 times 6 is 30. 32 minus 30 is 2. We're going to bring down our 5. How many times will 6 fit into 25? 6 will fit into 25 4 times, leaving us with a remainder of 1. Now, we're going to use this portion. Do not worry about the remainder of 1 just yet. Okay, so we've divided by our 6. So now we have 154 divided by 7, right? So we're going to take our answer that we got over here, our quotient from our first problem, and that's going to be our dividend to use to divide this 7 by. Okay, so 7 fits into 15 2 times, because 2 times 7 is 14. 15 minus 14 is 1. Bring down your 4. And we said that 7 fits into 14 2 times. So we have a remainder of 0 here. Now, normally we would say that this is our answer. However, we have this little remainder hanging out here, right? So, what do we do with that? Okay, so our answer is 22. And then our remainder is 1. Okay, and we can check that. I'm going to do some multiplication down here. So we check, remember, by multiplying our quotient by our divisor. And if our answer to that multiplication problem is our dividend, then we got it correct. So let's do 42 times 22. Sorry, this app makes my 2's look like z's, but those are 2's. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Don't forget the 0. Make that look like an 8. 2 times 2 is 4. And 2 times 4 is 8. We're going to add those together. 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 4 is 12. Carry my 1. 8 plus 1 is 9. We have 924, but our dividend is 925. Remember, when we're checking, we're going to take that 924 and we're going to add our remainder to it, right? So 924 plus 1, our remainder, gives us 925 right here. Okay, so that is correct. So 22 remainder 1 is our answer. So we're going to practice a few more. In another video, I'll go over a couple more with you. But let me know in the comments if you have any questions about